Yo, what's going on, y'all? So, the song that I heard before I pressed record was "My Chick Bad." My chick could. My chick do stuff that your chick wish she could. My chick bad. My chick could. My chick do stuff that your chick wish she could. Okay, that's the song I heard. Okay, so that's how somebody feel about that girl. What he say? Your girl might be sick, but my girl's sicker. Okay, that's how he feel. Somebody feels like even though you might be a little hood, you like, they feel like you the best, like you the best. That I had you the best I ever had, baby, you my everything, you all I ever wanted. We can do it real big, bigger than we ever done it. We be up on everything, ain't ever on it. I want this forever. I swear I can spend whatever on it, cause you hold me down every time I give it up. And I say the same thing every single time. I say you the best. You the best. You the best I ever had. Best I ever had. Best I ever had. Best I ever had. Say you the best. So that's how somebody feel about you. Even though you might be a little hood. You feel me? They like, I don't care about none of that. She the best I ever had. Like, she the best. So that's how somebody feel. Like, your girl might be sick, but my girl, best I ever had, okay? Even though she a little hood. I like that too, okay? Somebody like that too. Okay, Father, lead me to where you need me to be. For I know it's through you that all things are possible, and it's in your name that I pray. And for you, and if for other people, like, because the Father's leading me to say this, even if it is not the hood, like, you might not be hood, you might be bougie, you might be prissy, you might be country, you might, whatever it is, that from like that characteristic trait that you have, that you carry, that you feel like is a part of you and is not gonna change, like no matter where you go. Like they say you can 222, like how they say you can take a person out the hood but you can't take the hood out of them. Like whatever that trait is that you feel like you carry, that it can't, like, it's not going nowhere. Wherever you go, it could be like your accent, the way you walk, you know what I'm saying, the way you dress, like whatever it is. The Father's saying, other people might be like, she this, she that, and then like, yeah, but she the best I ever had. Like, that's my everything. I don't care if she bougie, I don't care if she country, I don't care if she weird, I don't care if she skinny, I don't care if she fat, I don't care, like, I don't care. That's my everything. Like, this how that you might feel like your girl's sick, but I feel like my girl's sicker. Like, this the best I ever had. Like, this is somebody who gonna be like, I don't care about how they feel about that girl and how I feel about mine. Like, in comparison to you and other girls that like, you the best I ever had. I don't care how he feel about his girl. Like, she light skinned, got long hair, thick, BBL, or, you know what I'm saying, or the complete opposite, all natural, slim. However, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, he like, I don't care about why they like that girl. I like you because you 333, okay? That's why I like you, and this is why you my everything. I like everything about you, even that one characteristic that you couldn't get rid of, that even if you tried, even if, you know what I'm saying, wherever you go, this little one characteristic is going to follow you around. That man is going to like that thing about you. Okay, for whatever reason, he gonna like it about you. Okay, and so the revelation is coming from 2 Chronicles chapter 34. Reforms of Josiah. Josiah was 8 years old when he became king, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. He pleased the Lord, following the path of his ancestor David. In the 8th year of his reign, while he was still in his youth, he began to seek after the God of his forefather David. And in his 12th year, he began to purge Judah and Jerusalem of the high places, the sacred poles, and the carved and molten images. In his presence, the altars of the Baals were destroyed. Incense erected above them were torn down, and sacred poles and carved molten images were shattered and beaten into dust, which were strewn over the tombs of those who had sacrificed to them, and the bones of the priests he burned up on their altars. Thus he purged Judah and Jerusalem. He did likewise in the cities of Manasseh, Ephraim, Simeon, and the ruined villages of the surrounding country, as well as Naphtali. He destroyed the altars, broke up the sacred poles and carved images, and bent them into dust, and tore down the incense stands throughout the land of Israel. Then he returned to Jerusalem, the temple restored. So whoever you are, what I'm getting from this message is whoever you are, you were somebody that was chosen from the womb. You were chosen. God chose you. And ever since you were a child, you've been having these divine connections with the Father. And these divine interventions and these divine happenings in your life that would take place even as a young child. Even as a young child, you were destroying altars. Even as a young child, you were destroying things that were sacrificed to other idols, these lowercase gods that were done by people in your surrounding areas. Okay? And even people who were far from you. You were doing this even as a young child, even if you don't know it, even if you weren't aware of it. And you were doing this just by your presence. Even as a child, your presence took out the enemy, even as a child, even if you don't know this. Okay? It says in verse 4, in his presence the altars of Baals were destroyed. So even as a child, when you came into the presence of these enemies and the things that were coming against you as a child, they were destroyed, even if you did not know it. There was nothing. The Father says he has been with you from the womb all the way up into your 30s. You may be someone who is in your 30s now because the Father stopped at the age 31. You may be someone who is in your 30s now. And the Father said he is still with you. And he is going to continue to be with you. And he is going to restore you. Because his law is written. You can find it in the Word. You are also someone who is going to return to Jerusalem. Again, this Jerusalem is something that represents peace. It represents home. Whatever home it may be to you. Again, Jerusalem has many names that it represents. So, you are someone who is going to return to Jerusalem. And you are going to be restored. And the Father is placing it on my heart to say that you are someone who, you are very spiritually gifted. And you are someone who, you can fight spiritually. Like when it comes to spirit, you got them hands spiritually, you can fight. And it's because it's something you have been doing ever since you have been coming out of the womb. You have been fighting the enemy ever since you come out the womb. So when it comes to the enemy, you got them hands now that you in them 30s. You ready for war now. You've been training for this 9/11. That's what you've been training for your whole life. You've been training for this. You've been in the presence of your enemies ever since you were 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in your presence, even then, they were destroyed. However, the Father helped you to come over. However, the Father helped you to overcome them. Whatever he helped you to say at that time, or do at that time, or don't do at that time, or don't go at that time, or don't say at that time. The Father helped you to overcome an enemy. He helped you to overcome an altar. You are someone who has had altars built against you since you were a child. Since you were a child, you've been on somebody's altar. The Father says since you came out of the womb, you've been on somebody's altar. And the Father said he has protected you from the womb because you've been on somebody's altar. And this is why the Father is saying he is going to restore you. He is going to restore his church. He is going to restore his bride. He is going to restore his child. And you can find that written in the word. It's law. Okay? So that's the message. That's the revelation. The Father says and maybe it's even the Father who's saying this about you, but if this is how the Father feels about you, then know that this is how your husband is going to feel about you. Okay? He is going to love every single thing and every inch about you. Okay? This is somebody who the Father says you are his everything. You are his everything. You are he ever wanted. And this is how your husband is going to feel. Your husband going to feel like you are his everything. You are he ever wanted. And this characteristic trait that you carry is just going to make him love you even more. Whatever that characteristic trait is. Yeah. That's just going to make you stick out like a sore thumb to him. And he's going to absolutely love it. Okay, whatever that is, but he's gonna love it. Okay, so that's the message, y'all. Peace.